Selesnya Enchantments. This is a deck, if you've been playing the standard ladder, you're familiar with. It's been around for a bit. I am going to try to grind this deck all the way to Mythic from the bottom of Diamond. It's kind of a standard build, and I experimented around a lot with some of these new cards. I tried to play a copy of In the Trenches, and I put 3 wedding announcements into it for a while. I played around with the Shigeki. Just even this guy here, Jukai defends the temple. They're good, but they're not combo-y enough. This deck that I'm playing is really based around Hallowed Haunting, getting one in play as soon as possible with a mitt full of cards still, and then just dropping your hand with the Hallowed Haunting into the play, getting like 4 or 5 triggers in a row, getting a huge board out of nowhere, and then just winning. So the one card that I haven't seen anyone playing in this deck that I am playing is 3 copies of Audacity, a new card that we got from the Brothers War. It draws you a card no matter what, as long as it enters the battlefield. Even if they exile the creature, it doesn't trigger on the creature dying, it triggers on this card going to the graveyard. So it's good, and it's 1 mana, and then it also gives trample, which sometimes is super relevant when you have a big generous visitor or big naturalist that you've buffed up with the Reign of Truth. Trample can be the game winner. So this is my version of the deck. I messed around with it a fair bit, and I think it's ready. So I'm gonna just take some of the best clips of my wins from my grind to Mythic and post those all in a compilation type video. Enjoy. I'm gonna keep this hand. We have a Naturalist. We can't play it. We don't have a turn 1 play because we have a tap land. But we want to play the Naturalist as soon as possible. I like opponent's deck a lot. It's the Boros modification deck. I made a video on it a little while ago. It's really, really good. As long as opponent doesn't kill my thing here, I'm very happy and in good shape. Yeah. Even though he's that fast and smashed me to 8 already, we can start doing things here. So, Generous Visitor, and then I'll play 2 Reigns of Truth. Trigger. 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 And finally, 1 last trigger. Attack for 9 lifelink. Feel strong. Felt really, really strong. Okay, opponent buffs his whole squad. We're just gonna take here. It's 11 damage, we go to 6. Amazing top deck. We want lifelink. We might just have lethal here. Yeah, it's lethal for sure. Good game. Powerful. We love this hand. This is almost like the dream hand. Almost the nuts. Get draw 2 on the visitor. You always want to play a visitor turn 1 as opposed to a 1/1 death toucher. And it's kind of because the visitor starts triggering when you play enchantments on further turns, but the main reason is because you want cheap 1-cost enchantments in your hand to spam a bunch of them the following turn after you play Hallowed Haunting. So I'll Hallowed Haunting pre-combat. I'll put it on the visitor. The counter, on the visitor. I'll get in for just a little bit of damage. This does let opponent attack and create a 1/1 for free. Maybe I should only attack with nothing. Maybe I should just hold back. But I had no good blocks there anyways, so it was not punished after all. Now, that's what I was saying about holding the 1 mana enchantment. So here, if I play the Naturalist first, I could still play 2 more enchantments, because it'll reduce the borrowed time to 1. So Naturalist for 2. Trigger. Then borrowed time for 1. Oops. We'll put that there. Get rid of the biggest creature he has. So get blocker. Now we'll get rid of... Or sorry, we'll play 1 more enchantment for 1. And our board is massive. Our opponent's going to be very, very hard pressed to come back from this start. We drew the nuts. The nuts known as the unbeatable hand. I expect the opponent to scoop it up anytime now, but I certainly don't scoop it up when things start to look bad. I kind of hold out for a little bit, so don't blame them. Our deck is just being so kind to us. GG. As I play this deck more and more, I think I'm starting to understand it a little bit better. And I think I'm going to rename it Mulligan until combo or you lose. And also if they have removal, you lose. This is fine. I wouldn't call it a combo-y turn, or opener, but the Naturalist, almost king of the deck. And we drew the nuts. We'll offer the trade, opponent won't take it. Get in for 2 damage. Okay. This is a scary thing. No blocks. Can't afford that. Too bad. We slam our old Hallowed Haunting, and we just hope that opponent does not borrowed time it. Opponent has borrowed time. Congrats, Thornwing. You've done it. Okay, that's a bad card. We're happy to see that. I experimented with this exact thing. Rite of Harmony draws him 2 cards this turn, which is, you know, pretty nice. But I played around a good amount with it, and it is not good. Alright, so we want to play as many enchantments as possible, but we also want to slam the borrowed time. So Naturalist reduces this to 1. And then we could play borrowed time on his Haunting. And then Confinement? No, we don't need Confinement right now. We'll wait till his stuff grows to confine anything. Draw a card. Yeah. See, that's the problem with Rite of Harmony and wedding announcements. They're not combo-y fast enough. Because this costs 2, and it's not an enchantment, so it doesn't trigger your Hallowed Haunting. It sucks. And then because it's cost 3, even when it's reduced by 1, it still costs 2, and it doesn't remove something or affect the board critically quickly. It's just kind of like a stay alive control card. Just makes it bad. I'm actually going to block with the 2 4/4s. We'll lose one of them, which will shrink our board, but it's fine. Him losing a Naturalist is very important. Oh, right, of course they both die. Cool arrows made. Alright. We play it all. That first. This next. And then Confinement. Everything gets flying and huge, and that's a good game. Oops. Do that a lot. Clean win. GG.